Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. May Allah the Exalted grant us all the sincerest of intentions. Fasting requires a person to fulfill two integrals, two fundamental matters that if any one of them was missed out, the fast would not be valid regardless of our intention. That is, even though we are seeking to do a valid act of worship, it would not be valid. So what are the two integrals of fasting? The first is to have a valid intention that is established in the heart during a specific period of time. In particular, one needs to have this intention, this firm conviction in the heart that one is going to fast the next day at some point during the night. That is, after the sun has completely set, so that is the start of the night, and until Fajr, which is the end of the night. That is, when Fajr starts, the day has started. So one should establish that intention prior to Fajr. Although some of the scholars, such as those in the school of Imam Abu Hanifa, they mention that if one establishes the intention to fast before the religious midday, before Dahwatul Kubra, then it would also be valid. In other words, halfway between Fajr and Maghrib. That point is Dahwatul Kubra. So one needs to establish the intention to fast before that point. Of course, this is with the understanding that in the morning they have not committed any of the invalidators of the fast. And that in fact takes us to the second integral of fasting. And that is to avoid what would ever invalidate one's fast. So what are those things? Among them, the key ones are to not insert anything into the body cavity through an open inlet. The open inlets are the nose, the mouth, the ears, and the front and the back passage. And in terms of the mouth, where does the body cavity actually start from? It actually starts from your throat. In other words, if you put something in your mouth, even though it is going through an open inlet, because it has not entered into the body cavity, this would not invalidate the fast. However, if you swallow what you have in your mouth, with the exception of certain things like saliva, which is already in your mouth, then swallowing something from the outside and taking it into the body, this would invalidate the fast. And this is regardless of whether that thing gives you nutrition or energy or not. So food and drink and smoking, and other than these items, if they were inserted into the body, then this would invalidate the fast. So one needs to put effort to learn the integrals of fasting so that we can have a valid act of worship. And Allah, the Exalted, knows best.